Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om ji.
Hari Om Vani ji.
Hari Om. So nice to see all of you. Very happy to be here. Shall we start with the prayer or?
Yes, Vani ji.
Yes,
Okay.
prayer.
Let's all start with the prayer. Om. Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyakjyotihi Parak Para Jyotireva Jyotihi Atmajyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Shivosmyaham Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sadashivasamarambhat Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Hari Om and welcome to Katha Jyoti. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Vani.
Good. So I have a very interesting story for you today. Okay. So it's about an angel, the angel of death, and about triplets. So let's say that this story happened in Bangalore. Okay, so all of us are in Bangalore. We know Bangalore, right? So there was an angel of death. Angel of death, what the angel does is when somebody's life is over and it's time for them to leave the body, the angel of death will come and he will escort the soul of that person to God. So that is what this story says. So there was this angel of death, and God told him, so in heaven, God said, angel, go down to the city of Bangalore. Then there is a very, very busy place in Bangalore called Majestic. That's where the railway station is there and bus stand is there, right? So go down to that place, and if you walk a little bit, you will find one very old, dilapidated house. What is dilapidated? It's old and it's almost falling down. It's in ruins. Okay. So you will find that kind of a place. Then you go in there and you will see a beggar woman, a very, very poor beggar woman. Now her time on earth is over. So just escort her soul to heaven. Bring her soul to me, God said. Okay. So the angel of death, He's used to doing this. This is what he does all the time. So time and again, he has gone and escorted the souls of people. He has been doing it for years and years and years. So it's not a big deal for him. So he goes down and he finds the old dilapidated house. And then he goes into the house and he can hear children crying. Okay, small children. And he thinks, what is this? Then he goes and in one dark room, he finds there's a beggar woman lying there, and she has given birth to 3 girl babies. Okay, very, very cute girl babies, and all the babies are crying. Her daughters, just born, they're crying loudly. And the mother is lying unconscious. So it is the soul of this mother that the angel of death has to escort to heaven. He has escorted so many souls, like I told you. Okay. But then now the angel thinks, oh my goodness, if I escort this poor beggar woman's soul, then what will happen to these 3 daughters of hers? So small, they're just born. Who will take care of them? She's a beggar, right? So she's not like a very well-to-do person with a big family, lots of relatives who will come and take care of these babies. How can I take the soul of this lady? How can I leave these poor little triplets like orphans over here? So this is what the angel of death feels very strongly inside. So for the first time, he goes back to heaven without having taken the soul that he came for. So he goes back and he stands in front of God, and God says, angel, where is the soul of the beggar woman? And then the angel says, God, please don't ask me to bring her soul. Okay? I can't do it. Those 3 small triplets, I don't want to leave them motherless. I can't do this. So God says, but when you became the angel of death, you took a pact, right? You said, I believe in the divine plan. I believe there is something called divine grace that takes care of everybody. And I will not question your will, O God. Whatever you tell me to do, I will do. Isn't this the pact you took? The angel said, yes, God, it is true. I did take this pact. Then, will you now go down and bring the soul of the woman? He said, I'm sorry, God. I can't do it. I really can't do it. So then God said, then you can no longer be the angel of death. You are behaving like a human being. There are many, many human beings on earth who have no faith in God, who don't believe in the divine plan, who are always doubting, why did this happen to me? Why is not God taking care of me? How can God do this to me? They ask whenever something bad happens. So you are also behaving like a human being right now. You don't have faith. So go down to earth, live like a human being. And then the angel said, God, please don't do this to me. I want to stay here with you. God said, yes, you will come back. When? When will I come back? Said the angel. God said, you will come back. You know when you will come back? When you are living on earth like a human being, and then 3 times you should laugh at your own foolishness. Thrice you have to laugh at your own foolishness, not fake laughter. We all do fake laughing like sometimes, right? Like that. No, not like that. You should laugh uncontrollably. You're not able to control it. The laughter bursts out of you because you see how stupid you were. So 3 times when you do that, after the 3rd time you laugh like that, you can come back to heaven, said God. So suddenly the angel of death finds himself standing in the middle of MG Road in Bangalore. You've seen MG Road, right? quite a busy road. He's standing right in the middle of MG Road, and it's cold. It's winter. And in winter, he's shivering. He has no clothes. He's standing naked and he's shivering. And you can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He's shivering in cold, and for the first time, he laughs. He says, in heaven, I was so happy. There was no winter, there was no summer. It was always so pleasant. I had such beautiful clothes to wear as an angel. Now look at me, not a shred on my body. And so cold, and no home. Heaven was my home, and now I don't have a place to go to. And he starts laughing at his own foolishness. Look at me. Look at my state. And he laughs. And then everybody who is walking on MG Road is staring at him. Look at this naked man. Why is he standing here in this posh locality like this? Without clothes. But there is one man who is passing by. He doesn't laugh. You know what he does? He removes the shawl that he's wearing around himself, and he covers the angel of death, who is now a human being. He covers him with a shawl. And then he says, my friend, why are you shivering like this? Why don't you have clothes? Where do you live? Can I take you to your house? Is something wrong? Are you okay? So then the angel says, I don't have a home. I don't know where to go. So the man says, I will take you to my house today. Come with me. I will take you to my house, and you can stay with me tonight. Then you can see where to go. Okay, do you have a family? I have no family, said the angel. So that man, he was actually a cobbler. Who is a cobbler? He makes shoes.
Woman.
He repairs shoes, right? So he said, I am a cobbler. I am not very rich. I have a small house. I have a big family. And my wife may not like it when you come. But still, I can't leave you like this, homeless, in this big city where you know no one, right? So come with me. And the cobbler takes the angel to his house. And when he enters the house, all the children of the cobbler are there playing, and his wife is cooking in the kitchen. They have just enough food to feed themselves. And his wife says, who is this? What is this? And the cobbler says, my dear, he is going to stay with us today. So please make dinner for him also. And the cobbler's wife is very angry. And what does she do? She starts throwing vessels at the angel. Why did you come here? Why did you come here? Go away. And for the second time, the angel of death, who is now a human being, what does he do? He starts laughing. He thinks, as an angel, I had overcome my anger. I had overcome all my base emotions like jealousy, anger, attachment, everything. And I was so blissful in heaven. And people would worship me with flowers. Now, this woman, she's throwing vessels at me in anger. How hilarious this is. And he starts laughing. How stupid I am. Okay, second time he's laughed, right? And so the woman calms down. The cobbler's wife calms down. They have dinner. The next day, this angel says, he tells the cobbler, see, you've been so kind to me. I have no one in Bangalore, and you have brought me home. So tell me, what can I do? Can I come and help you? Can I come and help you in your small shop? This cobbler had a very small shop. You've seen those small shops like made out of metal. They're on the footpath. And if your chappal breaks, that cobbler will stitch it for you. It's not even a proper shop, okay? So that kind of shop. So the cobbler says, okay, I have a lot of work today. Let's see, why don't you come and help me repair some shoes? Let me see how well you do it. If you're good, then maybe I can even take you as an assistant. Okay. So then the cobbler and the angel, they go to his small little petty shop. And the angel, you must remember, is a very evolved being, okay? He has huge potential. He's very, very creative. Whatever he wants, he can do. He can do it perfectly. He's very, very skilled. So when he starts working for the cobbler, first he repairs whatever footwear is there. Then he says, this extra material is there. Can I design a new pair of footwear? Can you sell it? So cobbler says, okay, let me see how you do it. And the angel designs a beautiful pair of slippers. So beautiful, the cobbler has never seen anything like this. Actually, neither you nor I would have seen anything like this. It's so beautiful. And there is a rich woman walking on the footpath and she sees those chappals and she says, how much? And the angel says, 5,000 rupees. And immediately the woman pays and buys the chappals. So like this, the cobbler becomes very rich. Every day the angel is designing more and more footwear. He opens a huge showroom, okay? The cobbler opens a huge showroom on MG Road. And all the richest people in Bangalore, they come to shop there. They give their orders, they get custom-made footwear. He becomes very, very famous and very, very rich. And the angel is his head designer. So many years have passed, 15 years have passed since the day he came to take the soul of the beggar woman. In 15 years, he has not laughed for the third time. Remember, he has laughed twice, right? He has to laugh 3 times. So the third laugh has not happened. And one day in this big showroom, one huge car, like a Rolls Royce, very, very big car, expensive car. It comes and stands in front of the showroom. And then a rich lady gets out of the car. She's dressed in a beautiful silk sari, and 3 girls get out of the car. 15-year-old girls, okay? And they're all looking alike. And they walk into the shoe shop. The lady has come to order very beautiful footwear for her 3 daughters.
Mom.
And they all look alike, very beautiful. And the head designer, the angel is called. And the owner of the shop says, please take their order. What would they like? What kind of footwear would they like? And the angel comes and he sees in front of him 3 15-year-old girls, very prosperously dressed, very beautiful. And he asks that lady, you have such beautiful daughters. They're so lucky. You're so lucky. And then the lady says, yes, I'm very lucky. But you know, actually, they are not my daughters. I've adopted them. I love them more than I would have loved my biological daughters. If I had given birth to them, I couldn't have loved them more. I love them so much. Oh, how did you come to adopt triplets? So she said, you really want to hear that story? You have the time for it? And the angel says, definitely. Yeah?
I join now, ma'am.
Huh. Okay, no problem. So just keep listening, okay?
Okay.
So the angel said, the lady started telling the story to the angel. She said, I was married, but I didn't have any children. I was very, very rich. I am still very, very rich. But I was not happy because I didn't have children. So one day I was walking near Majestic in a small street, and I saw an old house which was falling into ruins. And I could hear babies crying inside that house. I said, who will be living here? Doesn't look as though anyone is living here. Then how can babies be there? So I walked into that house. And what did I see? I saw a poor beggar woman lying there. And when I saw, she seemed to be dead. And there were triplets. She had just given birth to 3 beautiful daughters, and they were all crying loudly. So I immediately called an ambulance. I called the police, and a doctor came, and he said, I'm very sorry, this woman is dead. And the police said, can we give the triplets to you to keep for a couple of nights till we figure out what to do with those children? So the rich lady said, I was so happy. I took those triplets and I took them home and I started taking care of them. And then I adopted them and I've brought them up as my own children. I've given them everything. I've brought them up with good values. I'm educating them well. Whatever they want, they're able to have. And they're lovely children also. And they are going to be my heirs. What is an heir? She says, when I die, when I pass away, they will inherit all my wealth. So this is how I came to adopt these beautiful daughters of mine. And then the angel of death is looking at them closely, and he sees on the neck, just on the side of the neck, all of them have a mole, mole like a black spot, but this spot has a different shape. It is shaped like a trident, like a Trishul of Lord Shiva. Okay. He had noticed the same mole, the same shaped mole on those 3 babies when he had seen them 15 years ago, when he had come to take the soul of the beggar woman, but he had not taken it. So he sees, yes, the beggar woman died, but this very wealthy woman, very compassionate, loving lady, adopted those triplets and she has brought them up. If the beggar woman had not died, she would have probably made all these 3 daughters of hers beg in the streets. They would have grown up as beggar children. But now this lady was bringing them up in so much of comfort, so much luxury, and she loved them so much. She was taking such good care of them. And they were so happy together, the triplets and the lady. So suddenly, the angels saw his stupidity. The angel said, oh my goodness, how stupid I was. Why did I doubt God's plan? And he started laughing, roaring with laughter, actually, at his own stupidity. The next moment, what do you think happened? Yes, the angel was back in heaven. The angel was in front of God. And he said, God, I'm so sorry that I doubted your plan. Okay? And I will once again, if you give me the permission, I would like to serve you again as the angel of death. And God said, welcome back. Welcome back, O angel. You are back with me. You can begin your job again. So this is the story of the angel and the triplets. Okay. So now what I want all of you to tell me is, did you like the story, first of all?
Yes, ma'am. It was very interesting.
Vaniji.
Yes, ma'am. It was very interesting.
Ma'am, it was very interesting.
Nice, no? So what did you like about the story? One by one. Tell me one by one. Sahana first.
Ma'am?
What did you like about the story, Sahana?
I like the story that the lady was so generous to adopt the triplets.
Ah, wonderful. So you like that the lady adopted the triplets, right? So nice of her. So loving, compassionate of her, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, who would like to say something?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I liked how the angel made nice, beautiful shoes.
Oh, wonderful, right? He had never made shoes in his life before. And now suddenly he was making amazing footwear. Aditya, that's right.
Next, can I see next?
Yes, yes.
So I like that angel realized that he was wrong and how God makes us realize about how we were wrong.
Wow, that's amazing, Anvi. You like that the angel was able to understand his own mistake. What was the angel's mistake?
The angel's mistake was that he shouldn't doubt God's plan and he shouldn't had affection and he should be unattached.
Ah, amazing. That's right. So he got very attached and he looked at it from his own angle, right? He forgot that God will always have a very big benevolent plan.
Ma'am?
Yeah, tell me.
don't know the password of this meeting, so that I was late.
Oh, okay. So you can listen to the recording, okay?
Okay.
Then you will be able to listen to the whole story.
Okay.
Yeah?
Ma'am, can I go next?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I like that God has an idea for every situation.
Wow, that gives you so much. You feel safe, no? You feel very comforted. God has a plan for me. And that plan is always good, right?
Yes, ma'am. God has a plan for crores of people in the whole world. There are almost let's say there are 10 billion people in the whole world. He has planned for 10 billion people in the whole world, plus the animals and plants and all.
Wow. Very good, Harsh.
Ma'am?
Amazing. He has a plan for each one of the crores of people and the animals. And it's a benevolent plan. It's a very good plan. Right?
Ma'am?
Yeah. Dhruti?
I like that how the God taught the angel how he was wrong.
Yeah, correct. God didn't just tell him something, right?
Yes.
He said you should laugh at your own mistake.
Yes, ma'am.
So that was nice. Who else? Janya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I like that the lady was very proud.
Which lady? Oh, that lady was very proud of her children, right?
Yes.
It's so nice when your parents are proud of you. You do something nice and they're very, very proud of you and you feel really great at that time.
In my school, I have one English textbook. In that book, I have one story is there that one boy has been proud of his parents.
Okay, nice. Are you proud of your parents?
Yes.
Wonderful. Are they proud of you? I'm sure they are, right?
Yes.
Who else? Priyanka, Akshat, Namit. Would anyone like to share what did you like about the story and what you think we can learn from it?
Can I share one?
Yeah.
I like when God forgave the angel.
You liked it when God forgave the angel. Okay. Was God ever angry with the angel, do you think?
Ma'am.
God was not actually angry with the angel. He wanted the angel to understand
Ma'am.
his mistake. Yeah. Who is that?
Ashwini ma'am has been host.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Akshat, Namit.
This is Namit.
Yeah, Namit.
I liked when the God gave another chance to the angel and told you need to laugh 3 times on your mistake. That part I like.
Oh, you like the part because he had to laugh 3 times at his own mistake.
Yeah.
Right. What about the cobbler?
What?
Cobbler who took the angel to his house. Somebody whom he didn't know at all.
Yeah, I like about the woman, like she was happy to, he was generous there.
You like the woman who adopted the 3 children, right? Will we be ready to take somebody whom we don't know who's standing naked in the middle of the city? Will we be ready to take them home and give them dinner and keep them in our house?
No, we don't know. We first like suspect what, and we won't know if we don't know some strangers and all. We won't keep like that.
Yeah. So, do you think the cobbler was very compassionate to do that?
Yeah, I think she saw the God in everyone.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Namit. Who else? Somebody wanted to say something? Yeah. Yeah. One by one.
In reality also, any people are compassionate like that?
They may be also. There may be lots of people who are compassionate, right? Swami Vivekananda, you heard of Swami Vivekananda?
Yes, ji.
When he was a small boy, if he saw anybody who didn't have clothes or he looked very poor, he would come to his house. He would give away shawls. He would give away clothes. He would just give it off to the poor because he felt they needed it. There are lots of people. Okay. And there are lots of people who are not compassionate also, but there are many who are. We may not know of them, but there are many who are working like that.
Okay, ji.
Ma'am, is this a real story?
This is not a real story, but it has a lot of, it's interesting and it has a lot of things for us to learn from it, right?
Ma'am, and some people are so compassionate that they don't even tell that they're doing this or they're doing that.
Yeah, exactly. There are many people who are so compassionate. You heard of Mother Teresa?
Yes, ma'am.
He has done a lot of compassionate things. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, she kept so many people in our house and fed them and all.
Yeah, correct. There was one person called Father Damien, actually, who lived in some other country. So those were the days when you have seen lepers. I don't know if you've seen lepers. So leprosy is a disease where a part of your body starts rotting and it will fall off. And it's a very contagious disease. So in those days, they didn't have any medicines for it. They would, if anyone got leprosy, they would put them in a island in the middle of the sea and nobody would be there to take care of them. So this Father Damien, he went and lived on that island in the middle of all the people who had leprosy, taking care of them for 10 years or 20 years or something. Finally,
Ma'am,
he
why?
also got leprosy. So there are people like that.
What's the name of him?
Father Damien. You can look up
Why
and
with people with leprosy? Why were they sent to a different island?
because
Was it like viral or all?
they didn't have medicines at the time, and leprosy was a very contagious disease. So people were scared, I will also catch it. And it's
Ma'am,
a
is it like a
disease that
viral disease?
at those times it could not be cured. Now they have medicines to cure it.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I don't get the YouTube link.
Sorry?
I don't get the YouTube link.
You don't get the YouTube link?
No.
Okay, you can ask Ashwini ji or Purnima ji afterwards.
Okay.
What to do about that? They'll help.
Ma'am, I have one more doubt, ma'am.
Huh? You have one
Ma'am,
more doubt? Huh?
Yes. Ma'am, who was the god in this story? Ma'am, was it Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma like that? Or
Yeah,
was it the only one god person like
in
many
this
of
story,
them?
it's just God, and if you compare it to Indian mythology, then it will be God will be Yama, Lord of Death in
Yes,
this
ma'am.
case, and the angel of death will be a Yamaduta. But I have not put it in any cultural context. Okay, so I just left it generic like that. But if whatever you want, you can think. Which God do you like?
Ma'am, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva.
Okay. So think that it is either Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva. You can think like that.
Ma'am, I like the Lord Parvati.
You like Goddess Parvati?
Yes.
Wow, wonderful. Why do you like her?
Because she will give more money to us.
Goddess Parvati will give you more money.
Ma'am, Goddess Lakshmi, no, ma'am.
Yeah, generally Goddess Lakshmi is supposed to give. But what will you do with all that money?
I will take some things.
You will buy some things.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Nice.
I have seen picture of Parvati holding money.
Really?
Yes.
Just ask your mother or father again. Is that Goddess Lakshmi or Goddess Parvati in the picture? Okay.
Okay.
Just check once.
Okay. I have a question.
Anyone else?
I have a question.
Prerna?
Yes, fine. I have a question.
Yeah.
For the 3 babies who had that trident shape, like.
Yeah.
Who wrote it or who designed that?
No, that is actually, see, when you're born, sometimes you have a black spot somewhere. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Some people might have a black spot somewhere, no?
Yes.
And sometimes that is called a mole. That is there usually when you are born only. And for some people, it can be in different shapes. So for these 3 small babies, it was in the shape of a small trident. And it is because of that that the angel of death was able to be very sure, okay, these are the triplets that I saw that. He knew for sure because of that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So if all questions are done and everybody has finished sharing what they wanted to say, shall we wind up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So join me in the prayer with your mic on mute. Let's all chant the prayer. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನು ನಾನೇ ಶಿವೋಹಂ 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 ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ सत्यदर्शनम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम Thank you all very much, and I'm very grateful to Prabhuji, Purnima-ji, Ashwini, and everyone involved in Katha Jyoti for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share this story with all of you and listen to your wonderful insights also. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The story was wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.